everybody to Lions Den. We got Coach Taylor, Coach Green with us today. Going to talk about a little football. Before we start talking about this coming week's football game, we got a couple of highlights from last week's game against Center Point. We're going to talk through those as they go. This is a 57-yard run by Matthew De La Garza.
This is a great play by DLG. You know, he's been an excellent runner for us. Would like to throw out this was available because we dropped a 60-yard touchdown pass right before that.
This is Charles Childress, and 21-yard touchdown pass. Oh, this is a beautiful catch.
This is a heck of a catch by Badillo right here. Almost threw it a little bit too late, but he was able to toe tap to get that touchdown.
Big gain for us here. Another pass.
This is showing off the speed of Charles Childress here, and a little spin move right there. Slowest spin move you've ever seen, but it worked.
Another pass by Charles Childress.
On this one, this seems to happen week to week. You know, we throw the ball to Max. Great job catching the ball. We do lose it there at the end, but count them down. But we're also running the wrong routes on that, and just happened to work out for us. It's a new trend we have. Here's a great touchdown throw to Max. Good throw and catch. You know, we were proud of the offense for being able to throw the ball around a little bit last Friday night. We've been trying to work on it. Here's the freshman, Hudson. First play that he goes in, he throws a touchdown pass to Max. His head swelled up pretty good.
This is the big punt return.
Yeah, this actually worked out perfect for us game plan wise because they motioned across and there was nobody on that side of the field, so we knew he could get a punt return out of it, and he did, and I was very pumped.
And it was a great punt return.
And
I mean, he could.
All Lane said was, "Did I look fast?" I said, "Yes, you look fast."
Good run by Matthew De La Garza.
And the film kind of messed up there. You don't get all of it. That was a heck of a run by DLG. Making people miss, breaking tackles, getting into the end zone.
Yeah.
That's good.
Carlos got a gift here. Logan Fay had it, and it got knocked out of his hand. Carlos picked it up, and it's one of those you're almost afraid they're going to blow it dead, and luckily didn't. We kept working, and the three amigos got to run in together.
That's going to be the highlights for Center Point. You know, I was real happy at Center Point. I feel like the guys played awesome, played good, offense and defense. You know, it just seemed like everything was going our way. Offense was dominating, defense was dominating. You know, defense, they couldn't do anything. In offense, we could do everything. You know, we ran it in, threw it in, all kinds of stuff. And like we thought, you know, like y'all said, on their secondary, we got some touchdowns out of it pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, we're pretty pleased. Proud of the kids last Friday night. You know, especially after, you know, the previous week, losing that game. It's always nice to kind of bounce back and just to have the opportunities to work offensively, work on our offense, do some things that we've been trying to do, and you know, have some success with it. Was always a big deal.
It seemed like Center Point had that one big running back, and they just kept trying to run him. And there's a couple of times our linebackers, you know, they just stood him up. I was, you know, and they wore him down. You know, 2 yards can only, 2 yards, that's all he's pretty much getting. And we just kept wearing him out.
Yeah, we knew that was going to be, I mean, when we looked at the stats and everything, that was their favorite play was 31 dive, 32 dive. So it was just dive to him, you know, over and over. I was surprised they did it as much as they did. They didn't really get away from it, but luckily we didn't let them get a big gain out of it. Not too big anyways.
One thing I noticed is we didn't give their quarterback much time to throw the ball.
No,
I mean, as soon as he started his rollout, they're there. He's had to get rid of it as quick as possible.
that was game plan. We played man. We wanted to get after him, so it worked out.
Yeah, and then the offense, man, that catch by Zane Badillo I thought was awesome. I was really hoping it'd be on, you know, like a play of the week on the news or something. I was hoping somebody got it, but I don't think anybody got there. We got it on here on Huddle, but up close, you know, by the end zone. I was hoping somebody got there. Hey, just drug his toe with the back of the end zone. That was a great catch.
I think they couldn't use it on Play of the Week because he might have been out of bounds, but there was no official over there, so it didn't matter.
It counted. That's
right.
I thought great throwing catches. But so this week we're getting ready. What kind of offenses
Spread.
bracket run?
They're pretty true spread. They do a lot of trips, a lot of ace, which is 2x2. They're, when we first were watching film, we thought they were more pass heavy, but they're actually more run heavy than pass. So, but they're true spread. They have a good quarterback. He's a sophomore. He was good last year. He's even better this year. He can throw the ball pretty accurate, and he's good on his legs. So, we need to get after him, shut him down to have some success.
I noticed like you said at the start of the season, the offensive line, defensive line usually start the spark of the game. They set the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true. I mean, when we're dominating on offense, the offensive line, it's just like we've already set the tone. We're going to run you over. And then on defense, when we're getting there in the backfield, we're putting all that pressure on that quarterback. It sets. He could feel that while you're watching the game. These guys are worried. Then they start making mistakes, fumbling, throwing interceptions, that kind of stuff.
Yes, I think the battle in the trenches is always kind of the big key for every game. And offensively, whenever you're able to just, pound the ball, at will, that's very demoralizing for a defense.
Mm-hmm. It says a lot about the kids too, though, because sometimes if they don't get a good offensive drive or something, I mean, it's the same kids. They're about to play defense, so they have to flip that switch and, short-term memory, and they do a really good job of that. We're proud of them a lot of times for that. Or even defensively, they got Johnson City was one of the first teams that scored on their first possession against us defensively.
Yes.
But then we get the ball offense, and
Yeah.
we're able to do something with it. So.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting game this week. I think we'll get a big win this week. Especially the way y'all say they were on the offense. I feel like we'll stop them, and then our offense is on fire right now. So I feel like we have a lot of weapons that people don't know about, and because we have a lot of good athletes, anybody could step up and make a play for us. And I feel like it's all coming together here late in the season for us.
We're trying to spread the ball around to as many kids as we can. I mean, it gets tough sometimes, certain games and everything, but we're trying to spread the wealth and get kids the ball in space, because I think that's something that that's one of our strengths, is we've got some kids that can make plays in space. We just got to get them the ball in space, which is the hard part.
And I feel like old Max Everett has stepped up these last two games. I think he's got 4 touchdown catches, or maybe 3 in the last 2 games.
He's got 3, and 2 of his big catches are coming from the wrong route that he's running, but the ball seems to get there. So him and Charles must be on the same page, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some he's wide open, and they just, like those 2 touchdown passes. Hudson throwing that one, that was a good job with Justin by, Max catching that, and then that one in the end zone was right there. And so far, it seems like they're getting that connection going. Once you get that connection going, it's hard to break it. They know what to do.
And part of it too is, earlier in the year, most of the throws are going to Lane, obviously, and with his speed and stuff, and so teams are starting to double him, and now we're able to get the ball to like Zayden Badillo and Max Everett a little bit more.
That's what I was saying. People start doubling one guy, and then you have Max, Zayden, all them over here. You even have Carlos has caught some good passes this year. So has Rigo. You got those guys. Well, they can double this guy. We have other people that's just gonna make you pay for it. With our speed and everything.
We try to let Carlos get the ball a little bit more, playing some quarterback, and he's one of our better receivers catching the ball, and he dropped 2 snaps at quarterback, and he came in on the sideline and asked me if he was fired. Said maybe we'll see, but yeah, we're trying to spread it around as much as we can.
Yeah, I think it's awesome because it's hard to predict a team like that. I've noticed we put some different kids in on defense.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen like Chris Ramirez was playing a little
Yes,
more.
sir. Mm-hmm.
And Michael Daniels is playing. I like Michael. He's little, but man, he's not afraid of anybody.
Yeah,
So,
with Dusty being out, Michael's he's stepped up
Yeah.
big time. He's been a huge help for us. And then Chris, we played with 3 linebackers this past week. So normally we only have 2 outside backers. This week we played with 3, one of them as a D lineman. So
Yeah, and see adjustments like that I think are awesome. I see the adjustments from week to week, and there's some I don't understand until the game, like halfway through the game, then we get an interception or a huge tackle, and I'm like, okay, this is why that guy's there. And it's working. We're stopping them. We're doing everything, but I've just noticed it looks different. I don't know exactly what the adjustment is, but I've seen it on offense and defense, and it seems like the kids are finally finding themselves. They're comfortable with their position, and they got a connection. If they send a blitz, it looks like Charles. He knows what's going on here, and here, and what they're gonna do, and they have that trust with each other. And I think we've seen it with Charles and Lane first, and now it's coming with everybody else. And I feel like it's just taking off on offense.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job with that, and it's just week to week, it's building that trust, like you said, and just doing everything right in practice, and just everybody going full speed, getting all the timing down, just all those little things, just keep getting better each day in practice, which just helps a ton, during the game. One thing, too, is just the competition. We've kind of been able to up the competition a little bit at spots, and that's always a big key, I think, with any football team, is when you have some competition at certain spots, the kids are going to step up, and that's a big deal. And, with like Charles, we've got the galloping giraffe kind of behind him, and he's been doing a good job throwing the ball, and that's made Charles throw even better. I mean, he probably had his best night as far as just his accuracy, where he was putting the ball was way better than he's done all year, I think, and that's the galloping giraffe behind him's helping him with that.
I noticed there's a lot of pancakes Friday night, and I was wondering if Coach Knippa was making pancakes for the linemen on Saturday.
They don't do that on Saturday, but they do a team breakfast on Friday mornings.
Oh, okay.
And they actually usually do donuts, because Coach Knippa, in case you haven't heard on the show, he's single, so he's not cooking at home. He doesn't have anybody cooking for him at home.
Yeah.
So he has to go get donuts.
Okay. I got you. I knew they did something like that. I just didn't know what
They're doing a good job getting those pancakes, though.
Yeah, they are. I watched the offensive line, and they manhandled them so much. And then it seemed like they were creating holes. I felt like the other team was lost. They were guessing. I felt like their players were guessing on, especially like on defense. I mean, those guys, I felt like, they had no clue where the ball was going. They were lost themselves sometimes. And then I felt like on defense, they were trying, but they just weren't getting anywhere. I feel like we're shutting down everything they have. I feel like it's going to go the same way with Bracketville. I know you are good at making adjustments and stuff like that to teams. And I feel like we got a lot of speed, and we get to the ball fast. And the same thing on offense, we're a little faster than most people. We played bigger people, we see to wear them down. And it was the same thing last year. We'd wear them down, and then we'd just take off with it. And you can see that, we've been playing bigger teams, we've been wearing them down, and slowly, we keep the endurance up, and it just wears those guys out.
I think a big deal defensively is we've got really good overall speed. And like you said, a lot of teams are bigger than us, and we're a bunch of just biting chihuahuas, I guess. But they do a good job of flying around and getting to the ball.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, I feel like, the way they practice, the way y'all got them going, that's just helped them a lot in the games. You could tell the endurance and the things they've gone through during practice and preparing for it shows. And I feel like, we may have some losses, but that was just mental mistakes. That wasn't not in the right place at the right time, because there were huge plays that got called back. That was the difference between winning the game. I just felt like it was sometimes we've had some mental mistakes with that. And other than that, we've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, we try to make practice pretty intense, or as intense as we can.
Yes, sir.
So.
Well, is there running backs? Bracketville's running backs, they're pretty big.
Not super big or anything like that. Just kind of that true spread running back. Fast, can make cuts.
What about their?
Can make things happen, but.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. It's nothing big. Like, what about their defense? What kind of?
They're defensively. They're in a 3-3 stack defense, which is it's one of those that always kind of causes problems. It's always different for offensive linemen when you get that look, and teams that run it, they stunt a lot. So there's going to be a lot of backers flying around different gaps and whatnot, and so it keeps the O-line busy, keeps them mentally busy, because that, you know, at the snap, you know, there's no telling where some of those guys are going to go. And so that's always kind of an issue. Just anytime we go against someone in that defense. As far as the secondary, they run cover 3 the whole game. You know, and it's just pretty standard 3-3 stack type of defense. But I think we have some things ready for them that'll be good against them. We'll see.
Yeah. Do y'all have anything y'all like to say to anybody out there?
Well,
Or?
since we're kind of finished with Cleat, so I'm working on Coach Feaster and Coach Brockman. So any single ladies out there, we got 2 single coaches. One's 28 and one's 22, if age matters. But they're ready to go.
Well, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Ozona Bank, Tom Thorpe Transport, First Baptist Church of Ozona, Munger Real Estate, and West Texas Rehab. Thank y'all for sponsoring us, for us to be able to do this and everybody can see. I'd like to thank Mi Familia for donating food today to feed us. And y'all come out and watch the Lions in Bracketville this Friday. Bring out all your white shirts. Let's cheer them on. Let's get a win. And if you can't be there, watch us on the broadcast. We'll be live. We'll bring you all the information from Bracketville. Just keep us updated that you're watching and everything. Let us know, and we'll have some stuff to give out this game. If you can predict the score, you know, at halftime or at the end of the game, we're gonna see if somebody can do that, and have a couple questions. You can answer them. We'll have some surprises.